This is Big Dreams, Small Pockets, a business and lifestyle podcast where we take you on our journey of making our dreams a reality. Ashol is a full-time entrepreneur with a specialization in digital marketing, and Veli works a 9-to-5 job while managing her businesses on the side. If you want tips, tricks, and a good laugh, keep listening. Whether you're new or you've been listening from day one, we thank you for tuning in and ask you to share our podcast with your friends and business partners. Without further ado, let's get right to it.
Hey guys, Ashol here.
And Veli, and welcome back to another episode of Big Dreams,
Big Small Pockets. Yay! Guys, you have no idea how excited we are. We got the big pockets here. Do you want to introduce our guest?
So today we have honestly a very important person to the both of us. Like, we're so excited. It's ridiculous. But we have Racquel here, and Racquel, I would like you to introduce yourself to the audience and let everybody know what you do, because I can't do it justice, honestly.
You guys are too sweet. Well, listen, again, my name is Racquel. Yay, I'm here. I'm so happy to be here. I am Ashley's big sister. Proud big sister, definitely. She makes me proud for sure. And also definitely Veli, I love you through Ashley, of course. I love you guys. But well, yeah, I've been a little bit about myself, right? Well, I've been doing e-commerce for well over 15 years now, since I was in high school. So I've been doing that, and I'm now at 31 years old. Pretty locked in that field, with whether it's eBay, Amazon, whatever it may be. I dip and dabble in some real estate as well. But right now, what's really like in my, like, I guess you saw my realm of what I do is crypto. I've definitely put e-commerce a little bit to the back burner, just a tad bit. I still have some residual stuff coming in, but my main focus right now is crypto. I'm super heavy in it, and yeah, that's really much like my focus at this moment when it comes to business. But of course, for me too, the number one thing in my life is my faith. So that's always first things first, and everything I do goes through that. So all praises to the Most High for sure.
That's awesome, guys. I knew she was gonna leave out mad stuff and be humble. Let me sprinkle on the extra salad for you. Racquel is a 7-figure earner, working hard since she was a teenager, building an e-commerce empire. Understand who we have here today, ladies and gentlemen. We don't even have enough time to get through all of her fields today. So today we're going to be focusing just on crypto. I'm so excited. We really wanted to touch on crypto eventually, and now we got a whole expert here with us. I'm talking crypto before crypto was crypto. Racquel has been in crypto since back when everybody thought it was a scam. It's crazy how it's turned into what it's turned into. And she got so much gems for you guys, and get ready to learn. Get your pens and papers out.
Well, I'll say this.
No.
Thanks for that, Ash Bash. But yeah, I wouldn't throw myself as an expert. Listen, whatever I tell you guys, disclaimer, guys, this is not financial advice. Take whatever I say, do your own research, and please, if you buy a coin and it don't work out for you, don't come back to us, okay? Thank you.
Oh, they know that. They know that we don't know what we're saying. We just, try to help them out.
Love it.
Every single week we give that reminder, that disclaimer.
Yeah, It's a must. But no, definitely, you guys want me just to jump on in right now?
Yeah. So go ahead, Ash.
Oh, I was gonna say before we start and stuff like that, we could kind of give a little background on the cryptocurrency, if anybody doesn't know what it is, stuff like that.
Okay, so the way I look at crypto is one of my mentors, his name is Trevon James. I do recommend people check him out on Twitter, on YouTube, and so on and so forth. So with him, I've been watching him for years, and he always says his favorite line is, "Don't talk to me unless it's about intangible coins." So that's what it is. It's basically like, it's currency, it's money, but it's just, we're so used to having physical dollars. We're so used to having that physical money or coins or whatever, but these are I guess you could say, I don't like when people call it imaginary coins. Are definitely coins that have value. For instance, we talk about Bitcoin. Nobody know what a Bitcoin is, right? But we know that it has true value behind it. Hence, right now, kind of went down a little bit, but it's hovering around $48,000 to $50,000 right now. It was created by somebody named Satoshi Nakamoto. Who is that guy? Nobody knows. But again, the power is in, as you see right now, the word of mouth.
Yeah, no. Cryptocurrency would just basically be something that can't necessarily be like tracked at a bank, or it's not physical. It's currency,
right?
Yeah. It's currency, but it's something that is ran through a blockchain. Something that's like, so it's ran through a blockchain, and it's what she means by it's for the people, meaning that it's something that not everyone can just monitor, like you can have that, and that's going to be your asset, and people trade it, people lend it, people flip it. It's just a whole new market that we have just recently had in the last 20 years.
I'm happy you mentioned the blockchain. People always do ask, what's the blockchain? And the way I guess I understand it, the way I view it is more so like, it's basically a place where after you make a transaction with a particular coin, right, you have the ability to literally go and press a link, because it's usually like a blockchain, block explorer. I'm just thinking about all the different ones in my brain, but you could press a link because each transaction will provide you an explorer link for you to go see the activity of your transaction, and that blockchain records every single step before it gets to the person you're sending it to. So that's why sometimes you see where it says about confirmation. Sometimes you can see, oh, it took this much time to get to that particular location. So like, for instance, when it comes to the bank, I believe banks have this as well, where like they can trace, if you are sending a wire to somebody else through via Chase, it can trace all the steps through that ledger to see exactly where the money went to, where it currently is, and how long it's estimated to get to that person. So that's kind of what the blockchain is in terms of, and the way I can explain it, it is in terms for cryptocurrency.
That's perfect that you gave that example, because I was just about to mention, like, many people don't realize that digital currency is something we've been using for the past few years, and everyone uses it with or without the crypto. Like if you Zelling someone, cash apping someone, sending them something on Venmo, that's all digital currency. That's all digital stuff that we can't really feel, but it's technically in our bank accounts. So that's what we're like veering towards, and crypto is just another monster to it.
So first things first, how did you get into crypto? Let's start with the basics.
Oh, great. Beautiful. The great question. So I got into crypto after I met a man named Mark. So it's funny how I met Mark. And I think this is probably the first time I'm telling the story within the last 2.5 years. So that's crazy. So I have eczema, and I was looking for some holistic ways of fixing my eczema. So I went to my CPA, and my CPA said, hey, you young kids, because she's an older, beautiful lady. She said, you young kids really, how she said it to me? Oh yeah, she said, you young kids are really into this new thing that's out with when it comes to business. I know a guy who can help you in terms of like a business venture, and he can help you with healing your eczema. So I said, okay, let me get that guy's information. Yeah, 2 in 1, exactly. So I went to, I finally went and met the guy. I already forgot his name, but he was towards downtown Brooklyn. And when I got there, he helped me with different things and healed my eczema. But also he was telling me about something called a crypto ATM machine. And I was like, what's a crypto ATM? Wait, what is crypto? And he was trying to explain it, and it just went like, sounded like Chinese. This was like early 2017. I was like, this sounded like a whole nother language to me. I don't understand what you're saying. So he was like, you know what? Let me connect you to the guy who put me on. And that's how he connected me to a guy named Mark. And till this day, Mark, I still talk about Mark as my main crypto mentor, because once we linked up, he told me about this, and I'm all for generating income, and I'm all for generating things in an innovative way for the future. So I'm like, this is crazy. So he explained about the ATMs. He broke down all these different things to me, and he most of all told me about different coins that's going to blow up in the future. At this time, Ethereum was at, I don't know, $120 or something, maybe even less. I can go down the list of coins that wasn't like, Bitcoin was probably at $800 or something. It was so cheap.
everything was at chump change because it was at the base level, the ground floor of where it was supposed to be.
Right, of all these, like, I'm just like, what? So at that time, listen, I'm just gonna say this. I owned a lot of coins that I sold in 2018. We'll get to that story soon. But yeah, so anyway, met him there, learned that. From there, Mark taught me so many things about even that anybody can create a coin, how you can try to be decentralized, meaning that you're out of the I guess you could say, I say the governmental like limelight. You don't have to worry about, it being a centralized thing where people can track it. It's something that I can actually have, without having to worry about, the government coming through in that aspect. So after he taught me about all these different coins and whatnot, it was, again, I got pretty excited. So then he taught me about a ledger. So a ledger is what I recommend everybody to have. Everybody needs to have a ledger because it may not hold all the coins out there because there's thousands of coins, but they hold a lot of the main coins and a lot of the altcoins. Those are like coins that's not the big name coins like Ethereum and Bitcoin and Litecoin and all these different things. So yes.
So just for people to taking notes right now, a ledger is basically like a wallet for your crypto. Even though the crypto is not corporeal, it's not something you can touch and feel, you can still hold it down in a wallet. And it's like an electronic wallet. That's like a ledger.
But it's a lot of it comes in a form. Well, it originally came in a form of a USB. It looked so cool, so cute. Now they came up with different colors.
It still looks like a USB to me.
Well, yes, it still looks like a USB, but it's pretty cool. It got buttons on it and it's digital and it's pretty cool. But now it's even more advanced. Now they have ledgers that look like iPads. So I'm pretty sure it can hold a lot more stuff. Like initially, I think the only two companies that had it was Ledger and a company called Trezor. And now I believe there's more companies that came out. One popular, one super expensive in Europe that dropped as well. So yeah, I recommend everyone get an external wallet because a lot of the times we have wallets on our phone. I have a couple of things I want to talk about when it comes about getting a wallet to store your items on your phone or on your computer. But I do recommend to have wallets that you can physically, like if you got to get up and go, your money is right there in your hands. So it's pretty cool.
A physical asset as well as the electronic stuff.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I have another question in regards to different cryptos. What makes one crypto better or different, or like, what differentiates the cryptos? Because for someone who's now starting in, getting into cryptocurrency, it can be a little overwhelming because there's so many different cryptos and, navigating through that pool, you don't know what to do. So someone who's now entering, where would you navigate them to, and kind of like what should they look out for when, looking at what cryptos they would want to buy?
Beautiful. Great, beautiful question. Because I'm pretty sure you guys heard of a Coinbase, right? There you go. That's like that's everybody's like go-to is Coinbase. So that would be one of the platforms I would recommend a newbie to go to, because on that platform they have a lot of the mainstream coins. So and I also make a little joke about it when people say, "Oh man, you know about crypto?" And I'm like, they're like, "Yeah, I know about Coinbase." Coinbase, that comparison is almost like this. If I ask somebody, "Hey, do you watch basketball?" "Yeah, I know Michael Jordan." I'm like, that's so like general, like, and that's like the basic level. So that's what Coinbase is. But say that again, Ashley.
I said that's the big popular one.
Yeah, that's the big popular one. But that's still good to start with. But so I would recommend you get that first if you want to not just get Bitcoin, because also Cash App is another platform that you can go on that I know everybody have, and if nobody noticed, but if you go on, open your Cash App, there's that squiggly line on the bottom where it's not just for stocks. You can also purchase Bitcoin there. And with that, you do have to first get verified. You have to enable the sending, because if some people purchase on Cash App, really quick, I want to say this. People purchase on Cash App and think boom, I got Bitcoin. Yes, you may have Bitcoin, but all you can do is sell it. You can't send or receive Bitcoin. So that's where you want to toggle the enable withdraw sending, so that you can be able to actually move your content on and off that platform, because while it's on Cash App and on Coinbase, they are tracking you. So and that's why for me, I'm all about moving your money so that you can navigate it easier on these other exchanges, which we'll talk about later too if we get to it. But oh my God, Belly, did I answer your question a little bit?
You did. Okay, so now what makes one better than the other?
Okay, there you go. So what makes that's another good question too, because it's not necessarily what makes one better than the other, because you want to find a coin that you believe in. So for instance, if you one of the coins I look into is Ethereum. If you go on Coinbase, you can find a coin like Ethereum, and you can see all the projects that it's working on. You can be like, you know what? Since I believe in this coin, it could be a long-term hold for me, compared to like a doji. You can do long term, but you can also just sell it off once it goes up, and then after that, once it goes back down, buy some more, which is I do that as well. Buy some more when it goes back up, sell it again, and you can make some quick money off of that. But if you're thinking about coins to hold on to, you would definitely want to find coins that you can get their white paper, which I can also show you where you get the white paper, and you can do some proper research on them and really go ahead. Sorry.
So you mentioned white paper, you mentioned buying and selling, and you mentioned Ethereum, which is another coin. I don't think you mentioned that it was another coin besides Doji. I call it Doji Dodge, by the way.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Doji, Dodge.
Yeah, but
Dog coin.
So what is the white paper that you talk about, and does every coin have one? And like,
so a white paper is basically like it's like a report or a guide that can help inform like the reader, like exactly what is that mission for that coin. So for instance, if you go on coinmarketcap.com, which is one of the websites I was going to explain about basic knowledge to show you how you can research some of these coins I was telling you about, Belly and Ash. You can go on something called coinmarketcap.com, and right on top of the top right, it'll show you different options. One, it'll tell you about the coin, first things first, but then it'll give you an option for a white paper. When you press that, it's gonna open up another tab for you, so you can read up about the mission and what this coin is about. Sometimes when you read it, it could just sound like a whole bunch of fluff, and that's when you're like, okay, you know what, let me go even more deeper, and you can Google and go on YouTube and so on and so forth. But the white paper just generally give you an idea of what that coin is about.
okay. And then you would basically go off of buying and selling based off of the knowledge you learned from the white paper, or you would go off of what the price of the coin is. You would go off of both of them.
So it's just like in a sense with stocks. If news come out, things are gonna that coin's gonna blow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Or bad news come out, get ready for that coin to tank. For instance, XRP, that's called Ripple. That's another cryptocurrency that you can also used to be listed on Coinbase, but no longer, because guess who came in? The SEC. The SEC came in and literally tried to sue XRP. So because of that, what happened? Bad news, XRP tank. Ripple tank, yeah. XRP Ripple. Sorry, go ahead, Belly.
What's SEC?
Oh, the SEC. The the SEC won't let me be.
No, Racquel, don't sing that.
Oh, sorry. I mean, that's the best way I can explain SEC. You know, the government rolled up.
Like the FBI, but for like financial, like
anything
that is not gonna work out with the United States. They come in. Yo, I can't.
That was the best way I could explain it. Yeah, the government rolled up, financial government rolled up and said, no, you guys are whatever they were doing. They tried to stop Ripple in their track. XRP is the acronym for Ripple, but Ripple is still going pretty hard. You know, it recovered from that, and then you could just monitor and see the trends, because a lot of time too, when it comes to crypto, that's why, especially for basic people, unless you know how to read the charts and play, I'm not going to go too much into trading lingo, but that's why I said, if you find a coin that you like, or you see that's going crazy as Shiba, which is one of the coins that's pretty popular right now, even though it's taking a really crazy downturn, which is okay. It's kind of, people are dumping right now. The term dumping means pump and dump means it's pumping. Everybody's buying, and dumping means they're selling right now. Sellers are selling. So so that's why I said a lot of times I tell people, find coins, research coins that you will believe in. Like one coin I was taking a look at was a coin called Anime Token. I was doing some research. I love anime, so I was trying to see if it's a coin that I would get to hold. Sometimes, you know, you want to get coins that you can personally connect with. Like, you know what, I like what this coin stands for. I like it when people are doing things right. This, that, and the third, and you believe in the coin and you stand behind it and you buy it and hold it. Those are called hodlers. Like me, I hodl. But I also have another portfolio where I do the trading up and down, and I'm gonna leave it at up and down because I don't want to get too much into trading talk.
I think that's really dope. Like this is my first time like understanding that you can look through different crypto coins and see what they're about, kind of like stocks. That's how I personally pick my stocks. I'm a gamer, guys. I like playing video games, so I have Sony stock, I have like Microsoft stock, just because I have a PS4 and an Xbox, and it's like, you know, like you could, I didn't know that it's the same way with crypto, where you could just take those ideas and then utilize it to purchase one of your assets. So that's dope. I had no idea.
Oh, definitely. It's definitely dope. I definitely pick a lot of coins like that as well. Like one coin, I always get a mix up between VeChain and what's my other one? Chainlink. One of them actually tracks sales for designer like bags and designer stuff. So yes, for luxury brands. There you go. That's the term I'm looking for. And I'm like, whoa, that's kind of cool. It's a lot more deeper than that. But I was like, okay, I like that. I can see that digitally being something that's gonna be good for the long haul. So that's why you would hold on to that coin. For that, my opinion, I would hold on to it.
That's dope. That's dope. And to sum it up for beginners, if you're trying to get into the crypto, start with the Coinbase app, download it on your phone, or the Cash App app. I like that.
Start there. And if you guys want to start tracking what different coins are doing, which we just talked a little bit about it, I would recommend coinmarketcap.com. That's one of them. Yes. And also once you get a little bit more advanced, because sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, CoinMarketCap can be a little bit tweaky. I like to back it up with my research with nomics.com. And then I always like to have a third reference just to make sure that everything's legit. I'm just very, how can you say, meticulous like
that?
Thorough. Very, very thorough. And my third backing would be coingecko.com. So one of the first ones, CoinMarketCap. Second one is nomics.com. Third one is coingecko.com. Those are the three websites I go to typically once I see a coin. I have those three up just to make sure it's the right value, make sure it's the right information. And so I do want to talk about where you guys can buy these Bitcoins. Buy these coins. So I always recommend, as I told Ashley before, buy Bitcoin first, because if you can get Bitcoin, you almost 90% of the time are able to get all the other coins. Yes, you're almost guaranteed able to get all the other coins because of the exchanges. Now, I don't know how deep, or I hope anybody who's listening, if they know how to get on different exchanges. I have some exchanges I recommend people to go on, since we are in New York, me and Ashley and Belly. A lot of times we're restricted for certain places like Binance and so on and so forth. But there's some exchanges that accepts us. And I'm going to mention a few of them that I recommend you guys jump on and see. Should I share my screen? Can I do that?
Go ahead.
Okay. So when you go on coinmarketcap.com, which is a site, you can go over here to the search. And if you ever heard of a coin, let's say, I heard of dogecoin. You could type it in. You could type in whatever coin you heard of. I was saying it has 98% of the coins. There has been some coins that I bumped into that I have not seen on these platforms before, but majority of the time you will see it here. So I'm going to use Doji because that's like the most popular one of this season, I guess. And right now Doji is down. This is good because I am about to buy some Doji. I've been in Doji since Doji was less than a cent. So listen, and don't ask me why I still have it, but go ahead, Ashley.
So it's up right now, technically.
For me.
And for you. Mm-hmm. So I have a question. What does this number mean in comparison to US dollars, in comparison to my bank account, me putting in money? Let's say I have $10. Can I buy Doji now?
Yes, you can. If you have $10 right now, and as one of the popular places people buy Doji, I mean, I'm okay with it because people make a lot of money from it, but Robinhood. So the reason why I frown a little bit on Robinhood is because you don't really own Doji. per se. You buy the value of Doji, but remember what I talked about with Cash App? You can't send and receive.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of like, hey, oh my gosh, Ashley, can I get $50 worth of Doji? You can't send that to me. So you're not really exchanging Doji. You're just purchasing what it says is Doji and the value. So it's like, but it's still good. Don't get me wrong. So yes, if you have $50, you can go on Robinhood right now and buy it directly there, right? And
Okay.
I'm gonna show you how you can see how much your $10 is gonna give you, right? So if you have $10 worth of, if you have $10, you can get 25.31 worth of Doji right now at this current price.
Nice. And the current price of Doji is 0.396, a very small number, guys.
Yes. No. Yep. 39 cents. No, this is US dollars right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's showing that the price of Doji right now is 39 cents, 39.5. And this number changes every 10 seconds, guys. Every 10 seconds, this number is moving. So that's why right now we could say this right now, and then later on, nope, it's not. It won't be that number.
But I want to ask one more question on my end. And Ash, if you have another question, you can ask. A popular term that's used is DeFi.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what it means, to tell you the truth. If you can explain that for myself and the listeners, that'll be great.
Okay. So DeFi goes back into the whole decentralized that I mentioned earlier. So it's decentralized finances. So which is DeFi. So it's like a system. Let me find the best way of saying it. It's a way to shatter the mold of the way we traditionally do things with currency. So it's literally, it recreates the traditional way of how we use finances. That's I'm trying to think the best way we can say that. Best way I can put it. Yeah, I think that's the best way I can put it. Did that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So a lot of the times DeFi coins fall under the Ethereum blockchain, which is one thing I was explaining with Ashley. I have it on my list too, that you can use stuff like a MetaMask. MetaMask is a wallet that does that carries all the DeFi coins, because you can have the Binance blockchain on MetaMask and the Ethereum blockchain on MetaMask chain. So remember I told you how I believe in Ethereum, because look, Ethereum have their own blockchain. Bitcoin have their own blockchain too, but Ethereum have their own blockchain and have things being created on their blockchain, and even more cryptos being created on their blockchains that's allowing people to even create something called smart contracts on these blockchains. A lot of these, I don't want to say majority of them are on MetaMask, because I also want to mention about DeFi, how I explained about is decentralized and, shattering the mold when it comes to the financial institution and so on and so forth. But it's also to a great way. It's peer-to-peer, right? Peer-to-peer, and it's KYC-less. So you guys know KYC, know your customer, right?
No.
Okay. So a lot of these, I guess you could say, crypto programs, and a lot of different programs are doing it. It's where you have to do a KYC, where you have to give your ID. You have to sometimes even do a video of your. I had to do, as much as I hate video, I had to go on video to verify myself and my identity so that I can be on that particular platform. Again, to me, it's just more ways for them to track you and see what's going on in your business. But say it again.
They're very, very thorough. It's like a security measure.
Right. But with DeFi, with DeFi tokens and stuff like that, when you're on their platforms, you don't have to do that. You can be peer-to-peer, and all you are is just a wallet address. Oh, that's something else we got to explain about when it comes to cryptocurrency. You have, with every crypto currency, it has its own wallet address. So if you own a crypto, right, or whatever, which Bitcoin, Ethereum, I'm just go Litecoin, all the plain ones, Doji that people know, each of them, once you own that coin on a particular wallet, you have your own wallet address. So a lot of the times too, people don't really understand the functionality of it. So it's more, the best way I can explain it is it's like an email. If I'm like, hey, Ashley, I want to send you something, give me your email address. This is the same concept. If I want to send you money, you give me your wallet address. And if you want to send me money or you want to send me something, I have to give you that as well. So that's the idea. That's the I guess you could say the easiest way I can explain about how the wallets work. Does that make sense?
That's perfect.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay. So to summarize, one, a cryptocurrency is a new form of a currency. It's recommended to get a ledger, which is a wallet, in order to store your cryptocurrencies, right?
Yes. An external wallet.
Okay, Ash, you want to jump in with more summary parts?
Oh, yeah. So if you are just starting out in crypto, actually, before I do the summary, I have one last question.
Of course, bring it all out.
Okay, so what kind of, it's kind of like in the advice column. I know like we're not in the advice section yet, we're in the summary section, but just advice. What advice would you give someone who's skeptical about crypto, who doesn't really trust it, doesn't really know too much about it, not really trying to get it? They think it's still scammy.
Right. I've dealt with that a lot. So some people you can't change their minds. Some people you can't. They look at it as a hustle, and Elon Musk didn't help when he went on SNL on Saturday and he called it a hustle. and so but I would tell people to do your own research. Like, look into it. A lot of the times right now, people are just jumping into coins because they see other people making money. They see their favorite celebrities talking about it. But I want to tell people, do your own research and see what you're investing in. So as we talk about, again, Ethereum, go on. Oh, perfect. This is where we mentioned white paper. Go on CoinMarketCap. You see the white paper like I said, for majority of them. Press on the white paper and read about it. If somebody say, oh my gosh, you got to get into this Bitcoin thing, I'm talking about Bitcoin, go on and do some research before you jump in, because that's where people really get deterred. That's where they're like, oh man, this is a scam, because they jump in. Oh, I'm about to go a little deep, but I feel like I have to say this, and I hope it falls properly on people's ears. A lot of the times, like with Shiba, people are jumping into Shiba now. Well, was jumping into Shiba when it was going up and away. If you're not used to doing stocks and understanding the way the market flow, it's a lot of people, you see it goes up and it has to go down. So if you're buying while it's going up and then it dumps, that's where people would literally come into it and say, oh, that was a scam, I lost all my money on it, because you came at the wrong time. That's one thing I feel, when people don't know what they're doing, and then they want to start bashing it. You did not do your research to figure it out. When it goes back up, it's going to go down, and when it goes down, that's when people like me get excited. That's when we should get excited and buy some more coins, because what goes down will eventually come back up. So I just tell people, please, if you're new and you want to get into Bitcoin, unless this general one, get a piece, get some. Don't put a whole bunch of chicken in it. Don't put a whole bunch of money in that. Get a piece, but do your research. And if somebody says, hey, you ever heard of this coin called Cardano? Don't just say, oh, I got to buy some Cardano. Go do your research. Look into, go on CoinMarketCap, Nomics, CoinGecko, Google it, and see what it's about, and say, you know what? All right, cool. I'm gonna get into it. Oh, always look at the historical data, see where it was, when it was, just do some research before you jump in. That's my advice that I give to all newbies. Like, do your research first. Don't just jump in because somebody said something. Go ahead.
Yeah. And I think I think that's a general rule of thumb with everything you're getting yourself into, whether it's cryptocurrency, stocks, just any form of trading, any business venture, anything where you're putting your finances, time, energy, effort into, do your research. There's going to be trends, there's going to be new ways to get money. There's always going to be an evolving set of information being thrown at you on where you should put your money, what you should do with it. And as someone who's investing their money, I give you that responsibility of doing your research, because it's your money, it's your time. So like Racquel said, don't just take anyone's word for it. Yes, you can have mentors. Yes, you can have, friends and big peers who's successful off of these ventures. However, it's not their fault if you don't do your research and you lose your money. It's your fault if you didn't take the time to know what you were doing. So I really want to specify that.
Yeah, I just wanted to say every investment is a risk. Anything you do, investment-wise, purchasing assets, anything is a risk. So you need to know that and understand that and be okay with that if you're starting anything.
And if you're emotionally tied to your finances, maybe small investments at first. Don't just throw it all in because you see it's a trend, because you see Doge is going to the moon. Don't just throw your whole paycheck in there, because if that really
Because
all falls. Exactly. So, and now you have bills to pay. You're upset. You're angry at your friend. They made money. You didn't. It's a messy
and you
situation.
look crazy because your bank account is like, wow, you invested, must be nice.
Mm.
So
Exactly.
bills
So
got paid.
research, start small, and just build. If it's for you, great, good luck. And if it's not for you, that's okay. Not every way to make money is for you. And if this is not something that you're interested in, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't want anyone
Yeah,
to feel like this is something they have to get into. It's
Right.
encouraged,
yeah,
it's advised by many, but it's not a have to. You can make money other ways. And that's
right.
why we do all these topics. So yeah, that's what I think about cryptocurrency and everything Raquel said. It's great information, but you can't take her word from word of mouth. She gave you places to do your research. And one thing I really like that you did, Raquel, is you have three sources. So you don't just go to one site and be like, well, they said something. No, let me verify what this site is saying. And let me just double verify what both sites were saying. And I think that's honestly a great way, because one site can sort like will source themselves. You'd be like, who's your source? And it will be themselves. So it's good to go and get information from multiple different places. So
Definitely.
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah, but to sum up this episode really quickly, it's unfortunate, but we gotta, head out. We're gonna definitely have a part 2 of this episode, but just remember the key points of this episode was, what cryptocurrency is, where you can start, what you can do to research it. Always do your research. If you're looking into different coins, you might as well check out their different blockchains. They own their own platforms, something sort of similar to Ethereum, like what Racquel mentioned. Was there anything else that we mentioned, like deep in? I don't remember.
Oh, I we mentioned about what a wallet is as well, but also to not every coin have their, even though there's a blockchain for them, but I just like when it comes to those type of DeFi type of like the smart chains, yeah, there's some differences there, but it's okay. That I already have that down here for part two, because part two now I have a lot of information I want to talk about. But go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. But do you have any more tips, tricks, things before we head out?
Yes, I do. So again, if you're trying to buy Bitcoin, you can go on the basics Coinbase, Cash App, or you can go on your phone. You can go on either your Google or Apple store. You could go on something called X Coins, Coin Mama, and you can even go on Gemini. Gemini is a location as well where you can purchase, and also we'll talk about exchanges on another episode, because I love exchanges, and I'll actually share my screen and show you some cool tips on how I move my money on a literally hourly basis, minute basis, when it comes to crypto. So yeah, that would be one of my tips. There was something else I wanted to say too. Hold on.
I think my tip that from what I took from this entire episode was is just really, besides research, I'm not gonna give you another rant on that. But it's just also the different amount of coins there are,
Yeah.
and just the reasoning behind the coins, like Raquel mentioned. If you feel like you just don't want to buy something because you want to buy it with purpose, you can do that with cryptocurrencies. So that's
Yeah.
um, there's a whole big tidbit, in crypto news between Bitcoin and Tesla. Tesla said they're no longer accepting Bitcoins due to the environmental hardships that Bitcoin is causing when it comes to mining, because it takes up so much energy. And Tesla is a solar power company. They're like, we can no longer work with you guys. And that's why Bitcoin is dropping significantly. I learned that today.
Woo woo.
So
Meanwhile, Tesla's chargers aren't even solar powered. Like, are they really that serious?
the CEO
Do they
of
care?
Tesla is out here backing another cryptocurrency. So it's a little scandalous, but we
Yeah, like
it's another
no.
in the crypto world, guys. This is great. Get your tea.
They could say what they want to say about dropping Bitcoin, but there's definitely an underlining reason for that. I don't want to hear about the environmental.
Oh,
Please,
that's what they had to come out with. That's their, for like this
that's
is
the
our
koi. That's the koi.
mm-hmm. It's scandal in the crypto world.
Yeah, guys. So since there's no more tips and tricks, we're gonna wrap it up for this episode. Again, I know this is probably the third time we wrapped it up. Unfortunately, we don't have a sponsor for this episode, not even an unsponsored sponsor, which is crazy. But
I'm
yeah,
always unsponsored. ShiviHairCare.com. Go on Etsy.
our sponsor should be hair care. Yep.
Always.
Yeah, so if there's anything else you guys would need, please make sure you check out the part 2 of this episode to get into more about crypto, getting into trading, exchanges, and so much others.
Okay, thank you so much, Racquel, for coming and sharing your information with us, sharing what you know. And I know you have so much to say, so I'm excited for part 2. Thank you guys for listening. And once again, if you have any questions you want to ask Racquel, if you have any information, any uncertainty, any clarifications needed, please don't be afraid to reach out to us and we will help you get those answers.
Right. Where can they find you, Rock? Where can they hit you up?
Oh wow. You can hit me up on a Business with Rocks. That's my Instagram. So you can DM me on there, and I check it periodically. Please be patient with me, and I will eventually get to you.
Thank you so much. Rocks is spelled ROCZ with like a zebra. Business with Rocks, ROCZ with zebra.
Thank you so much, guys. You guys have a great day.
So thank you for having me. Thank you.
Hey guys, it's Ash Hull here from Big Dreams, Small Pockets, a business and lifestyle podcast. Are you interested in starting your own podcast but don't know where to start? Check out the Anchor app. That's anchor.fm. With the app, you can record, edit, and upload all of your episodes for free. The app will even distribute your episodes on all other streaming platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, you name it. No need for special equipment or expensive software. So what are you waiting for? Get the app today and use our link in our bio and in all of our episode descriptions. Have fun!